All right. Hi, my name is Matt, and this is Daniel.
Hey.
Welcome to Shoponomics, presented by eMarketed. And yeah, we are basically going to jump into a site review today and go ahead and look at their marketing and technology. We're going to look at Instagram, TikTok, Facebook ads, and of course their website, and go through and see if we can find any things that we can offer improvements, or just point out things that we really like about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, Daniel.
Cool. So today we're looking at a site called Mammut. It's a e-commerce site that we came across recently, and definitely like some aspects of it. So figured it'd be a good one to dig deeper into.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually a site. Had you heard of it before this, Daniel?
I
Or
feel like I've heard of the brand, but I've
okay,
never been to the site.
yeah, same here. I'd never heard of the brand. Never been to the site. So, but yeah, I'm just what I've seen in preparation for this. I'm impressed. So yeah, I guess let's start with just the homepage.
Hmm.
Nice. I guess we've seen this a little bit now with kind of the video on one side,
Hmm.
still picture on the other. So yeah, I think that's maybe a new trend. I like it because you can kind of have your some call outs on one side, some video on the other side. What I do like about this video is we can actually pause it, so which is cool. A lot of sites don't give you that option, so it's just
Yep.
like just playing.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Also, these calls to act, or no, I guess not calls to action necessarily, but these are key points that they want to get across to visitors right away with the free returns, 100-day return period, free ground shipping from 50 if you order $50. So the bar at the bottom, which is uh, it's a nice way to just be able to display some of their key selling points.
yep, yeah, definitely.
It's
It
not
does kind of, and maybe it's because you're on a bigger screen, but it repeats. So
yeah.
maybe my advice there would be just have it centered and just have it not repeat. So, but yeah, I like the navigation at the top too, with just clothing, footwear, equipment. Super simple. This is the simplest we've seen with the sites
Hmm.
we've done so far. And then the navigation. This I also haven't seen something quite done this way as well, which I really like. So yeah, click on one like ropes.
Let's see. So going to ropes.
Yeah. Okay.
All
So it
right. So
takes
we're
us
on the
right.
category page here.
Mm-hmm.
You're separating or funneling how you're going to use the ropes, mountaineering or climbing. Um, and I would imagine we have 26 results for ropes in total, but let's see, mountaineering, we get down to 6 results. So let's see if we have 20 in climbing. Ooh,
Oh,
25. So some of them must
25.
be multiple
Oh wait.
use.
Oh, you saw it popped up we had the pop up.
Oh no, I've got such a
I know it's such
used to
a
just
habit. You're
closing.
like close.
Something's in my way. Let me get rid of it.
Maybe we'll see it again and we can analyze it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I do like the filter sort too, and I like that they right above the products they give you two options. So do you want to look at kind of bigger product photos?
Hmm.
So two, or we can look at four across. So that's nice.
Yep.
And the filter sort is nice, pops it out from the right side. I'm used to seeing it on the left, but yeah, super clean. You click on it, everything changes dynamically on the left side. The page doesn't
Hmm.
reload, which is nice.
Good sustainability, a lot of different options here to filter by.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very uh, much more built out than what we're used to seeing on, I think, that what the standard e-commerce site filtering looks like.
Yep. I like to so hover over one of the products, like that second one, so we can look at different colors without diving into the actual product. So I think that's
Hmm.
a nice feature. It looks like there's also a compare, so you can, I guess,
Yep.
you can add with the compare. Is it add the hearts and then you can compare?
Let's see. So if I add a heart here and add a heart here and then compare, um, yeah, I'm not seeing anything happening with the compare.
Mm-hmm.
when I'm clicking it. So
Got
I
it.
think.
Oh, you have to select another one. It says.
So select another to
Okay.
compare. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, that process didn't seem super
Yeah.
intuitive.
Very. Yep.
Um, yeah, so I'm not sure. It looks like I'm looking at the single product page at the moment for this particular rope. So I sort of lost out on whatever comparison that. Whoops, I've already added it to cart. Okay,
They got you.
they got me. All right. Yes.
um. Yeah, and that's is that going to keep popping up for the rest of this thing?
Well, I
You,
clicked, I opened it. I was trying to see
okay.
what we could do
Yeah.
here. But yeah, nice product page. Um,
Yeah, I
interesting.
like how the features are all to the right.
Yep.
They're all hidden right now. So if I want to look into them further, I can expand them. So really nice. The add to cart button is above the fold, so which is also really nice. You don't have
Hmm.
to make the user scroll to. Um,
Interesting font choice here. This is a notice the um, you see how the
yeah,
rope.
yeah, that. Yeah, when I first saw it, I almost thought so. I do like the font; it's different, but when I first saw it, I thought there was something wrong with my browser. I was thinking there's an error. So yeah, it looks cool, but I would I don't know if it's worth confusing the customers.
Yeah, it looks like there's a mask being used on the font um, in order to get that, in order to achieve that.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's a
They
cool
got,
little there's a little how can we help available now.
yeah,
So that's interesting. So
call,
we got
chat,
call, chat,
email.
email.
Hmm.
And then we still have the selections that you selected on the page before, probably because they're still hearted.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to see what they're using here for the chat. There's no branding on it that I can see. So,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, giving your users a way to chat with somebody super helpful and definitely improve your conversion rate if somebody has questions.
yep.
While they're on the product, it's just like you'd be at a store wanting to ask, somebody, so can you tell me more about this rope or does it have these features? And so you can ask somebody and talk to somebody right away. I know some of the chat features that I've seen on shopping sites are, powered by AI. So it's just kind of canned responses, but even that can work too,
Yeah.
to
So
some extent. But
they're
yep.
using Dixa as the chat,
Okay.
and so this is a live chat service that can be plugged into websites. And this is what's being used
Okay.
on
Yeah.
the Mammut
Dixab.
site.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, same.
Great. Let's go back to the homepage.
Okay, just I'm
Okay.
checking out the
Reviews.
reviews. Yeah, so they got,
Okay.
I think the one we looked at on the last episode had like thousands of reviews for the products, and
Hmm.
this is a little less, 12 reviews for this particular product. It's interesting that there are two scroll bars here. I feel like that's maybe an oversight on their part,
Hmm.
something that they hadn't noticed. Maybe it's just a little odd to
Hmm.
have two scroll bars side to side because the second
Oh.
one seems kind of unnecessary
Yep. Yep.
if you're going to have one here. So anyway, homepage.
So
All
yeah,
right, we're back.
let's scroll down a little bit and see what else we got going on.
All
So
right.
boom,
So,
we got some categories. We're looking for skiing, mountaineering, hiking. I like that. We can kind
mhm,
of scroll through them. So it's just, and it's not like 20 of them, it's
right.
five. So um, every voice
Got some
matters. And they've got
sustainability.
that text again.
Yep. Um,
Great
yeah.
product pictures too. I like their
Mhm.
logo too. It's definitely it's memorable.
Yeah. So very simple but strong.
Hmm.
Yeah, nice breakdown of different products. I like that. Multiple places. So above we saw the like kind of all the different categories here
Mm-hmm.
that are available, but then down below we get into kind of more detailed categories. It's showing it in a different way. There's a different
Mm-hmm.
layout here, so I
Yep.
like that variation. So it's not just another sliding grid of squares. Here, it's they're utilizing a different layout, which is nice, I think.
Yeah. 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 And I like the little pop outs so we can see
Mhm.
more different colors.
Yes, looks like we have customer photos here.
Mm-hmm. What's that
Um,
little bucket that's over the image?
maybe we're gonna buy. It's
Okay.
showing the helmet and giving us an option to maybe purchase that helmet
Okay.
directly from the picture. So
Yeah, I like it. I mean, the bucket was. I mean, yeah. Is it like it
not
had the
clear. I
card?
guess
But
this is a cart or like a shopping basket.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Click on the one above. Let's see what the same thing.
So this one doesn't
Oh, it does
have
not have it.
the
Okay.
product, right? So it looks like the
Yeah.
jacket is the Mammut because,
Great.
um, but yeah, not seeing that same functionality. So
Okay. So it's
interesting.
not on everyone. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I
So
don't know
this
if
is
I.
gonna be. Let's see, what's this? This is a pad of some sort. So.
Okay. Wow. So you can sleep in the middle of a mountain. Crazy.
Yeah, very cool. I like that. I like the like lifestyle pictures, but then including the call to action to like purchase what you see in the lifestyle
Yeah.
picture.
Right. Right. You don't see that often. I feel like you'll just see lifestyle photos. So great way to kind of combine lifestyle and shopping together. So newsletter. I don't know. That's a little too much for
Yeah.
me. It's like join our newsletter. Join our newsletter.
Newsletter. It's like a
Okay.
marquee. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. I found their bottom area. I like it. It's bigger than a lot of sites. I mean, as far as like height wise,
Yeah.
it's a lot of space, but I mean, it's very got communication, chat, email, feedback, call us. So I mean, that
Yep.
stands by itself. A lot of space around it. So definitely draws attention to it. And we've got some navigation. We've got social links, and then we've got a little mission statement at the bottom. So which is
Yep.
also on a glance, I can quickly kind of see what they're all about.
Hmm.
Is that country? Can you toggle that at the bottom?
Yeah. Looks like
Okay.
you can choose a country here.
Okay, nice.
Um, Not sure what changes when we change. Other than yeah, it changes the URL. So now I'm in the UK English version.
Okay.
Um, so
All right. Well, look, real quick, back to the social.
yeah.
There was one that we haven't seen on the other sites we've done so far, which is interesting. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course, but Strava, um, which I'm starting to hear. I mean, it's like some kind of fitness, kind of
Mm-hmm.
social media thing. So I heard about it recently on a podcast. I mean, it's been around for a while, but
Yeah.
it's interesting to see it in their footer. So yeah, let's click on it and go right to their
Yeah.
page. So 8 months, they're not posting on it regularly. So a lot of members, 37,000 members. But yeah, I would
Yeah.
say uh, those are they all pretty old? Yeah. So
Yep. So
that's
not
the problem
super.
with having links to all your social media. So I would say if you're not on it regularly, I don't know if I'd
Hmm.
want to drive people to it, but
Yep.
I'm sure their users are active on it. So maybe that's why.
Wow. Look at how many kilometers is this? What is this
Right.
number here? This
I
is.
know. I don't even trillions.
Let's see. So this is hundreds of millions, hundreds of
Millions,
billions, hundreds
billions,
of
trillions.
trillions.
I don't
I
even
don't
know
even
what's
know what
after
comes after
trillion.
trillion,
I know he's
but
the
it's 31
leader.
of those.
Right. It must be he must be he has his app on when he's flying around the world probably.
Flying across the universe, maybe for
The
that.
universe, right? Something's not. He's gamed the system.
Yes. Yeah, looks like it.
Pinterest's interesting too. I feel like it's definitely a social media network that I mean it's huge and you can definitely companies are doing really well on it and driving traffic to their site, but yeah, I don't think we saw Pinterest on the other two sites that we've done.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, look at that, 65,000 monthly views.
Hmm.
Not a lot of followers, 5K followers.
Right.
So TikTok is much bigger. So, but yeah, love the lifestyle images.
Hmm.
All right, well,
Yeah.
yeah, let's go on.
Yeah, one of the things we like to do also is to see how the site looks on different devices.
Yes.
And so I'm in Chrome right now. We can use some of its features to kind of preview what the site, any site, looks like on mobile.
So this is interesting because I was looking at this on I went into, I think it was one of those different tools that you can look at different sizes as well. And I noticed like the navigation went away, and this is like in the iPad view. So that's something if I
yeah,
were them, I would look
let's
at, because yeah,
see.
it's we see it there. When we go to iPad, we don't see it. So in
Yeah,
this,
it's at the bottom on vertical. So that's,
okay,
somebody might not see that. Um, I
I
barely
oh
do.
I see. You're right. I don't see
It's at
it
the
on
very bottom.
this
Yeah.
tool. Got it.
So we're looking at iPad Mini right now. If we were to pull up a phone, let's see. So this is on this is iPhone 12 Pro. Here you see that navigation,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Is
Okay.
is kind of at the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
But if we switch to yeah, so here we turned the iPhone horizontal,
Oh, okay.
and um,
Interesting.
and we're still getting that menu
That
here. So
bottom.
this, and the picture, the lifestyle picture, or the hero image here isn't really. I don't know how many people use their iPhones or
Yeah, unless they're
mobile,
watching a movie or
a
something. But
movie or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
exactly. One of the things that's interesting with that nav at the bottom that I recently, I think I heard it on some podcast, and they were just talking about how Safari made that change with the,
Hmm.
browser bar. They moved it
Yep.
to the bottom, and I know it took me a little while. I was like, oh gosh, this is, but it is closer to your hands, So somebody was kind of making a bold statement and saying that's kind of the future, and we're going to start seeing more navigations move down to the bottom because that's where your hands are when
Yep.
you're on the mobile phone. So that makes sense. So this is definitely is that in action. So it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep. I went to select a size on mobile, and I'm getting not actually seeing anything. So that could be a function of Chrome.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
100% certain, but it looks like I should be seeing something, but I'm not. So
Mm-hmm.
when I click the select size button, let's see if I can. Yeah, I can't even add it to cart. Um, so anyway, I'm positive that the vast majority of their visitors are coming from mobile, like just about any e-commerce site right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. Yeah. I mean, 60, 70% is kind of what
yep.
we're seeing.
Yeah. So I swear this has to be a function of just preview
Just the
sensing alone.
browser seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're right.
It's something's happening there.
We will have to. We'll go back and we'll test later on mobile, and
Yeah.
that'd be a big bug. I'm sure
Yeah.
it can't be.
Yeah. So it's this flyout, add to cart. So when I click select
Oh.
size,
Mm-hmm.
there's on desktop there's a flyout where you select the
Yeah.
size and add to cart. So when I was back here on when I
On
was on
mobile.
mobile and I selected select size and the screen grays out, I can't scroll down to see if that slide out is like at the bottom of the page
Oh, right. Yep.
or what. So I feel like that's probably an issue, and that's probably with Chrome. So I would guess on a phone it's working fine. So.
Yep.
One of the things we also look at is page speed. Do we want to hop over to that, Matt?
Yeah, let's hop over there. Yeah, page speed is super important. If your site's not loading fast, people are not going to be, they're going to get frustrated, might leave, might go over to Amazon or some other site to buy your product. So you got to make sure your site is fast. And
On the last episode, we used GT metrics to look at speeds. Google has a page speed tool as well, so we use that this episode. So
yep,
here
called
we're
Page Speed
looking at
Insights.
page speed insights on Google, and here are the first contentful paint, first input delay, largest contentful paint, and cumulative layout shift, or like key performance metrics here. And we can see it looks like it's pretty slow, or fairly slow, borderline on this largest contentful paint.
Mm-hmm.
Google's giving the speed on mobile a pretty bad score of 27 performance. Typically you would want to be a lot higher. I would say at least in the 80s would be ideal. Obviously, if you can get to 100, that's amazing. But at the very least, you want to be I would say in the 80s. So, and part of the issue I think on this particular site is just the heavy use of photography. They have really
Mm-hmm.
great pictures on their site, and yeah, that's got to be a big impact.
Yep. Also, a lot of
Um,
third-party code was blocked.
yeah. No, again, going back to the last episode, that the site that we looked at last week just had so much
So
script
many
loading.
plugins. Yeah, so many
This site
scripts.
does not have nearly the quantity of third-party scripts loading.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
here we're looking at the mobile. Let's check out the
Yeah, check
desktop
out the
score,
desktop.
because Google grades them separately, and it gives it a little better score. It gives it a 65 on desktop. Um, and yeah, the layout shift is 0, which is nice. So that layout shift is the page loads and then things move around after the page loads, and it looks like that's not happening. Google's not recognizing that happening on
Yeah.
desktop, so that's nice.
Also a 0. It was a 0 on mobile too.
Oh, was it? Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's good. That's a good. That's one silver lining.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it looks like enormous network payloads is one of the key things here. It looks like it's this video.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This
That video at the top. Yep.
yep, that's got to be it. So it's 3.5 megabytes. So
Which isn't
that's
that big, but still, you know.
yeah for video. But that is one of the shortcomings of loading video onto your website is that it's going to drag down that page speed score. It's going to take
Yep.
longer for the site to load.
So yeah, one way around that, or not around it, but you could, you know, I'm not sure how long that video was, but maybe you have a shorter video, so it's maybe only a megabyte, or
Yeah,
because that, you know, how many people are really, you know, landing on the homepage and watching the whole video through? You know, they're probably landing for a few seconds before they make their decision, and then they're off to the next page, and they might not ever make it back to the homepage. So not important that you have a 2-minute video looping. Oh, we can see how long.
yeah. So this is an 8-second
Oh,
video loop.
oh, okay. So not that. Yeah, that's a great size.
Yeah,
But yeah, probably might be able to be optimized a little. I'm sure on bigger devices it also looks pretty good. So
yeah. Let's see, or I think having videos lower on the page so that they can load after
yep,
the visitor has already like they don't even know that the video is loading until they get there. So that could be something, or loading a preview image, or like
mm-hmm.
a thumbnail, that the video doesn't load until you interact with the thumbnail. That's
Yeah,
another option.
yeah, good call.
Another thing we looked at is, what's the technical profile of the site, and so um, here we plugged it into Built With to kind of see what's being used. We can see that they're just using Universal Analytics. Last episode we talked about Google Analytics 4, and Google Universal is going to be retired next summer. So ideally, Mammut would get up to speed on Google Analytics 4, so they can start collecting that data. They have their social pixels here. You can see those plugged in, multiple languages.
Yep,
Yeah, so for the e-commerce, a lot of times we see the big players like Shopify or BigCommerce,
Magento.
Magento, yep, or sometimes WooCommerce for smaller sites. We see that here. This looks like a pretty custom functionality for the Mammut site. So this is the e-commerce spot in Built With is where you would typically see Shopify listed or Magento. But here there's just a generic listing, so that's indicative of a custom solution or one that this tool is not familiar with. So
Yep.
We looked a little deeper and found that they seem to be utilizing Adyen. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's this is the checkout service, or the e-commerce service that Mammut is utilizing. So for what it's worth.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like a nice dashboard for that
Mm-hmm.
service.
One of the other things we noticed is the CMS is contentful, and so this is a headless CMS that's becoming more and more popular over the last year or two. And so it's decoupled. The managing the content is decoupled from the data sources. It's separate from the e-commerce. It's um, uh, a really good headless CMS that's just becoming more popular
Yep.
as the years roll on.
Yep. So you could power a Shopify
Yep.
version with Contentful as well. So you could have more be able to manage kind of sliding images or more,
Mhm.
just a little more functionality than you would in a typical Shopify if you went kind of the headless route. Shopify could still power your store, but Contentful could be your CMS.
Yeah, just looking at the wealth of content on this site, like all the content on the site is driven by Contentful. So that's it's very powerful and very completely customizable. So definitely a good choice here and good implementation.
Yep.
Um, yeah, using React and Vue. Um,
Yeah, we got ad roll, double click.
just lots of email. But this list, even though it seems a little long, is probably about a third of the list that we looked at on the last episode.
Yeah, for Herschel. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one we did find one that identifies or tries to guess your gender?
Oh
Was
yeah,
that on
yeah, yeah.
this
So
list here?
that yeah. So one of the things that we noticed in looking at the code is that the checkout. So when we actually go to checkout on the site here, um, it's going to um, you're going to enter your name, and it's going to um, call to this API, and it's going to make a guess about the gender of the name that you enter, and then uh, we assume that it would then use those pronouns going forward after that point. So just an interesting API that we've never seen before, and yeah, it was a surprise to see it
Yeah.
in the back end.
Yep. And that's genderapi.io.
Yep. Um, Going over to Instagram, we can see their
Yep. Product
Instagram
or,
here.
lifestyle photos.
Mhm.
I like it. It's all kind of lifestyle, not a lot of, sometimes companies will mix in too many kind of product shots, but these are mainly all lifestyle shots, which I like.
Yeah, the
Um,
text on the video here on the preview throws me off. I mean, just given
hmm.
the continuity, like that little bit of
Yep.
text throws me off on the
Hmm.
video.
Hmm.
Um, so that's my only criticism.
Yep.
Everything else looks great. I mean, this text is fine. It's in center. It goes, but like this looks like it was an accident. So
And based on this, if I'd never seen the site or just came across this site, I mean, it looks like they're definitely a heavy, hardcore mountaineers. I mean,
mhm.
those.
Yep.
So it's not for the, just weekend backpacker. These are heavy duty
Yeah, if you're afraid of
mountaineers.
heights, this is not the site for you.
Yep. Click up at the top. One thing I did like on their Instagram is they had stories, and if you click on helmets, Daniel,
Yeah, where? There we go.
yeah, through one over. So they had kind of a tour where this guy will kind of walk you through their store and talks to you, takes you in, and kind of shows you their headquarters and um,
That's
talks about the
great.
helmet. So yeah, great kind of educational piece. Shows you kind of gives you more of a feel of the brand and why they're such a good brand. So I like this a lot, and I like that they
Mhm.
have the different products, um, featured as stories. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
very
love the
nice.
quick cuts. The quick cuts are fun. I mean, look at their office; it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, boom, little just, and there's some fun music playing right
Hmm.
now. Um,
Very cool.
so yeah, very cool. And you can do that, I think, with all the different clothes out of there. Let's see which. So yeah, they've got ropes,
Nice.
harnesses. Yep,
Yeah, very good use.
yep. So yeah, if somebody's new to your brand, this is a great way to
Hmm.
introduce them and have them learn more about your company and your products without
Yeah.
even visiting their website. So,
Yeah, we go over to TikTok
oh,
and
real quick, go back to
oh,
Instagram. The one thing I didn't like, if you click the link bio, this just takes me to a page with just more images, and
yeah.
I'm not sure what the Agility Pro Mid DT is, but yeah, I don't know, this
Right.
page for me, it's like I'm on Instagram. I don't need to go to another
Right.
page with.
Yep.
So typically for like a link tree like that from social media, you would see, links to your other social media,
Hmm.
links to your site, not a link to another asset with just more images. So
Yep.
I would fix that. TikTok, which is a huge dominant player right now, so they've definitely got a good presence on TikTok. Yeah, well, 20,000 followers. I guess it's not huge, but they are pretty active on it. Click that second one over. That one is, man. I watched that. And I was my stomach.
Oof.
I know, but yeah, great. I mean, they're doing. Yeah, they're active on it too. This is on the 26th of April, so just last week. But great content. And you can see they're tagging climbing, outdoor mountains,
Mm-hmm.
mountaineering. So just enjoying the view, little emoji. And I guess that's the guy, maybe Danny Arnold. He's probably a professional mountaineer. But yeah, you can see those tags. That's going to draw other people to these videos. So, but yeah, you can see, look at some of those videos, 1 million. 940,000 views. So even with not a huge following, you can see these videos are
Yep.
getting seen by a lot of people.
Yep. We were to Meta and look at their ad content.
So yeah, I like the Facebook ads. Again, this is kind of similar to last week. Simple line of text, kind of you know um, introducing the product. Nice product photos on white
Mm-hmm.
backgrounds. So
Very nice,
um,
clean.
nice clean. Those might be retargeting. So maybe if I clicked a jacket, I would then see that ad
Mhm.
in my feed.
It's like the first set was April 1st. This is March 16th, and then we go all the way back to September for the last batch of ads. So there's a pretty big gap there.
Yeah, you're right. So I wonder if they didn't, for whatever reason, didn't feel the need to run
Yep,
it during the Black Friday.
during the holidays. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could be any. I mean, given the all the various supply chain issues, it could be any number of like inventory problems. Maybe they didn't
yeah,
have.
right. Maybe they didn't want to drive more sales, you know, or they had enough people coming to their
Yeah,
website and stores. So it looks like you can buy these products
yeah, yeah. The
on
current
REI.
ads look good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And we've talked about this before too. It's important for your ads to, you want to have images that are similar to images on your website. So you want the continuity. So if somebody's looking at an ad, then they click over your site, the things should look very similar. So which they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. One of the things that I'm interested in is their Google. Are they also doing Google ads? So
Okay, yeah, let's check
um,
that out.
I'm just going to do a quick search for light mountaineering gear on Google, and we'll see what comes up there. Um,
With the emoji.
yeah, with the emoji. Let me take that emoji out.
Huh.
See if we get anything here. We're definitely not in the big ad spot for shopping up here. Yeah, not seeing them anywhere. And if I look at the search ads, which is this set underneath, or actually just the first two, Hyperlight Mountain Gear, um, Whitaker Mountaineering comes up. Maybe there's some more shopping ads later on. Um, or it could have been too broad of a search.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it as well. So hard to say, but just on first kind of broad search, I'm not seeing not seeing.
What about just mountaineering gear? That'd be interesting to maybe they're not interested in the people searching for light.
Um, all right, so we're seeing some ad sets here on the right. Doesn't look like any of them are for
Yeah.
Mammut, but let's try maybe branded search and see if they're advertising there. So they have a search ad here. And it looks like some of their retailers are running ads on their products.
Yeah.
Um,
Backcountry.
not seeing, let's see. So is this going to take us to, yeah, so they are running some shopping ads here. This is taking you to mammut.com. But it looks like a lot of the retailers are also like they're competing with with one of the retailers here. This looks like the same exact jacket, right? Or pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. And yeah, I could buy it over at Backcountry
577
for.
on Backcountry, 825 on Mammut. So that's not great to have retailers undercutting you that much. But maybe that's you know maybe that's
Those
something.
reviews are same too. That's a little
Yeah.
194, 194.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be pulling the reviews from the same data source. It's very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that's
So Daniel, as
yeah.
far as triggering it off to the right, it just depends. I mean, that's really.
Yeah, if you noticed on the first search that I did,
Yeah.
this was at the top.
Right.
And then I didn't resize the window, but the second
Hmm.
search that I did, it's on the right. So Google does what it wants. And
So yeah, not a lot of control over that.
yeah, I think if I were to click on one of these ads and then make a purchase, maybe it would show me the right column more often, or
Yep.
maybe it would show, it would kind of
Do
add one to the wins for that
try
column.
hiking boots, just hiking boots, because I feel like when you put mountaineering in, that's when it went off. Or no, yeah, who knows? Maybe just hiking boots. Let's see. Yeah, see now we're off in the.
Yeah, now we're at the
Now we're at the
top.
top.
If we just do hiking boots in general, we're still at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe it's mountaineering isn't as popular, so they put it over to the right. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean
hard to
that's
say. Hard to
hard to
say.
say.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yep, interesting.
Yep. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, overall, I mean, looks like they're doing a great job.
Yep.
We like to look at some of these big leaders because we know that they're spending millions of dollars in marketing and their website, and probably have a huge team behind it. So, obviously, lots to learn from these big leaders. So, but maybe in our next episode, we'll look for a smaller leader.
Yeah, they definitely invested quite a bit into their website. It's looks like very little is out of the box, and I think that shows it's quite unique.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, thanks for listening and watching. And yeah, this is our weekly show where we go through different brands and look at their, e-commerce websites and look at their marketing and the tech and look for areas that we can improve, or just look at areas that we think are working really well. So yeah, join us, follow us, and that's it. Thank you.
Thanks.